Good day, dear students. We begin our lesson, the lesson of professional English language for third course students, specialty catering. Our theme today, table manners. The teacher of English language Кажибаева А.Е. Здравствуйте, дорогие студенты! Мы начинаем урок профессионального английского языка на тему манеры за столом для студентов третьего курса по специальности организация питания. Цели урока. Обобщить знания студентов по теме «Как вести себя за столом» на английском языке. Совершенствовать речевые навыки и умения. Задачи урока. Образовательные. Совершенствование навыков чтения и говорения. Расширение языковой и коммуникативной компетенции студентов. Развивающие. Развитие познавательного интереса студентов. Развитие культурного поведения, общения за столом, речи, внимания. Воспитательные. Формирование понимания о важности вежливого обращения с окружающими, как следствие проявления воспитанности. Let's look at a few rules of manners at the table. Listen very carefully. And now let's start. Our theme, table manners. Good table manners avoid ugliness. All rules of table manners are made to avoid it. To let anyone see what you have in your mouth is offensive. So is to make a noise. To make a mess in the plate is disgusting. So there are some rules how to behave yourself at the table. Don't attract attention to yourself in public. When eating, take as much as you want, but eat as much as you take. Never stretch over the table for something you want. Ask your neighbor to pass it. Take a slice of bread from the bread plate by hand. Don't take it with a fork. Never read while eating, at least in company. When a dish is placed in front of you, don't eat it with your eyes, as if you have seen it for the first time. Otherwise, you will have the impression that you are ready to swallow it. Chicken requires special handling. First, cut it with a knife and then use a fork. The customary way to refuse a dish is by saying, "No, thank you," or to accept, "Yes, please." Don't say, "I don't eat that stuff." Don't make faces or noises to show that you don't like it. In between courses, don't make bread balls to while the time away, and don't play with the cutlery. Don't leave spoon in your cup when you're drinking tea or coffee. Don't empty your glass too quickly. It will be promptly refilled. Don't drink if your mouth is full of food. Don't eat with a knife. If your food is too hot, don't blow on it, as though you were trying to start a campfire on a damp night. And finally, don't forget to say thank you for every service or kindness. These were some rules of manners at the table. I hope you have mastered this lesson and you will follow these rules always and everywhere. The next you have a task which you should write what we must and mustn't do at the table. Let's read the first and translate, and then write it. Speak with our mouths full. Говорить с полным ртом. Put the table napkin on our knees. Класть салфетку на колени. Reach across for the salt. Тянуться через весь стол за солью. Use the fork and knife properly. Пользоваться вилкой и ножом должным образом. Put our elbows on the table. Класть локти на стол. Wave the knife or fork in the air. Махать ножом или вилкой. Eat silently. Бесшумно есть. Wash our hands before we eat. Мыть руки перед едой. And now, dear students, I give you 10 minutes to do it. And then check. And now let's start check. We mustn't speak with our mouths full. We must put the table napkin on our knees. We mustn't reach across for the salt. We must use the fork and knife properly. We mustn't put our elbows on the table. We mustn't wave the knife or fork in the air. We must eat silently. We must wash our hands before we eat. It's time to finish now. I hope that this lesson was very useful for you. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.